The downfall of Esau Edom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and continually teach us this truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's laboring in his word and truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this could be an edifying video. And I believe this camp may be ISUPK, but I want to play this clip, man, because when I seen this, I was like, man, Esau is just, it's over. It's over, man. And, you know, I was at this this bar downtown Friday night, you know, out here in a college town. And it is just plain that Esau is done, man. You know, but I'll speak more on that. But first, I want to play this clip and then grab some scriptures, and you know, it ain't gonna be a long video.
We're not going to accept nothing less from white people than them bound.
And there's no such thing as white people, okay? So-called white people are the descendants of Esau. Okay, they are the Edomites. And the word Edom, it means red. Okay? And when you put them in the sunlight, what happens? They turn red. Okay? So, you know, a lot of these camps, man, they be agents. That's why they'll say, you know, white people. We don't say that. We say so-called because there's no such thing as a white person, just like there's no such thing as a black person. Okay? Those are social constructs created in 1681. You know, Elder Malcolm, he always speaks on that and bring that out. Okay? But let me
Down on this.
And look at Eve. Hold on. Look at Eve. It's always.
And we're not going to accept nothing less from white people than them bowing down on this.
Look at Eve. Wait, damn, was that Eve? Hold on, I was trying to fucking pause
And we're
it.
not going to accept nothing less from white people than them bowing down on this.
Oh, that's a Jake nigga, damn. Wow. Running to Esau, man. They don't care about you niggas, man. See, niggas like this nigga right here, you gonna die, man. And the scriptures say, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. The Most High has a judgment coming for the nation of Edom. And you jakes that you want to side with them, well, you gonna die with them.
I don't
When you know what's happening?
Get off right now. I want to go home.
He told me to tell you as a white man, you gotta deal with that Bible thing.
You don't believe in God.
Alright, Cracky, witchcraft. So yeah, oh my god.
White America, you gotta pay attention. You have to learn how to listen, man. If you learn to listen, then God will not hate you. We're tired of all.
Okay, nah, man, nah. The Most High is gonna hate these devils regardless. See, I ain't even really finished this clip. I just really saw the part with the Edomite bowing down. And I thought it was Eve at first, but it's a Jake that was trying to tell him, you know, you don't have to listen to them, man. But then you saw his woman. She was like, I want to go home, get up. And he was staying down there through. So I don't know what else is going to happen on this video. I don't even want to. Let me skip here. Look at that Edomite bitch. That ain't enough, man. We want the kingdom. We don't want that shit on this side, man. That shit, you still got to go to work tomorrow. So fuck that shit. We waiting on the kingdom. Let's grab that.
He is fighting for love. That's right. To love us.
Oh, no.
Marry me.
I want to go
Fight
home.
for freedom. That's right. Fight for the love of black and Hispanic.
This shit is crazy, man. But we're seeing with our own eyes the downfall of Esau. Let me go ahead and grab this real quick. All right, let me grab this real quick. This is Sirach, chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Who is our enemy? Esau, Edom. He's our number 1 enemy. We're at war, man. The war has never stopped. When you go back to Genesis, okay, Rebecca wanted to know, why are they fighting in my womb? And she was told by the word of the Lord, okay, the Lord had a prophet tell her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. Esau came out first, okay, and we've always been fighting. We've always been at war, okay. So, our number 1 enemy is Esau, man. Okay, and then under him is Eve. It's the Israelite woman. Okay, 2/3 of our people, the Israelite man is also our enemy. Okay, and these other nations. But we're seeing the fall of all of our enemies, man. Okay, so this excites us. Okay, and we're not even just seeing it online, we're seeing it in real life. Esau will hold the door open for you and call you boss, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild. Now we know the scriptures say. Let me grab this. We know the scriptures say, Proverbs 16:7, when a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. So that's why that happens. Okay, Esau, and it's a balance. It's a balance. You're gonna run into some demons, but brothers be having Esau hold the door open for you, and just showing hella love, man, coming up wanting to speak with you. Like my situation when I had went out, man. It's crazy because they was playing a whole lot of Jake music that I was asking them, a few of them Edomite bitches, they didn't even know what it was, but they was vibing to it. And, I had Edomite bitches coming up to me, taking pictures with me. And you see the Edomite men in the background, they looking mad. They had the news on the TV, right? And there was an Edomite on there. I was like, oh my good, Esau is through. Esau, like we're seeing it in real life, man. I had an Edomite bitch tell me that she only deal with Jake, and an Edomite dude told me, because I had Edomite dudes coming up, being friendly and shit. I mean, they was, they see Jake, they think we all, in that nigga spirit. But, I had an Edomite dude, he was like, yeah, man, our women love y'all. Because he was like, the best woman he ever had was a black woman. And, we don't give a fuck about this shit, man. We don't give a fuck. Eve can have y'all. Okay, because the man carries the seed. But he was like, man, our women love y'all, man. And, they say nigga more than Jake now. They say, it's wild, man. But see, that's the scripture in Job. Let me grab that. Hold on. Let me grab that. This is Job chapter 20, verse 10. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. So these younger Edomites, cause out here in a college town, there's certain bars where they 18, they 19, 20, which, obviously is illegal for them to drink, but, they be getting in with fake IDs. But I mainly go to the one where, they 21, 22, they juniors/seniors in college. And, man, them, man, they'll buy you a drink. Man, I'm telling you, man, it's way better than, because I don't be around. I don't go where niggas is. I don't hang around niggas. Okay, and if you do see a nigga, when they're surrounded by Esau, they on their best behavior. But I don't go where the tribes is. Okay, I'd rather be with the devil than be with the tribes, man. Fuck Jake. All right. But Esau being there, man, they show hella love, man. You know, them women, they will talk to you, and man, I'm telling you, man, I see this firsthand. You know, they truly show love and respect. Now with balance, you know, you gonna have them that, you know, they gonna be they hate because you got some Edomites, they're upset at what's going on. But this is a Jake over, man. They were playing nothing but Jake music. They was playing old school Jake. I was like, man, ain't no way they know about this. You know? But that's his children shall seek to please the poor. Who's the poor? The tribes. Okay? It says, his bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust, right? Because Esau, he has to pay for things going all the way back, you know, to the serpent. Okay? Which that was the spirit of an Edomite. Okay, the Edomites wasn't, you know, a nation at that time, but, you know, that was the spirit, just like, you know, the spirit of Cain was the spirit of an Edomite, man. Okay, and Abel was the spirit of Jacob. Okay, if you have a spiritual eye, you know, it all makes sense. Okay? But you know, we're in the end of this nigga. He's done. He's done. Okay. They just released another list with the e-files, and you know, of course they're gonna try to throw it on Jake. You know, they got Jay-Z on it and shit, but you know, of course they're gonna try to throw Jake under the bus to try to get some of the heat off Esau. No, it's y'all, man. It's y'all, man. Y'all, it's over. It's over, man. But, you know, it be beautiful Edomite women, man. They be all over Jake. You know, and every time I see a Jake, when I'm in these bars, I'll dap them up and be like, keep playing in the snow, my friend. You know, it be cool. It be cool, man. You know, it'd be cool. But Esau is done. All right, it's over. You know, the Lord has given him a time to rule, and now his time, you know, is at his end. It's at his end now. This is 2 Esdras chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that's the time we're in. And that's why these elites, they're doing a heavy ritual. Okay, it's called Revelation of the Hand. You know, you can look into that. It's black magic. Okay, where pretty much they're revealing to the people what they do. And the fact that people aren't doing anything, that means they accept it. Okay, so they're getting energy, you know, they're doing all of this to try to establish their NWO. But what does it say in Isaiah 47? Thou art weary in thy counsels. Okay, it speaks about, you know, pretty much roughly paraphrasing, I forget how it's worded, but it speaks about pretty much your witchcraft and sorcery is not going to prevail anymore. Because the Most High, he grants you power on the left hand. And he's taking that power away. Okay? It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which that's all we're seeing. You know, and it's finally here in Babylon the Great. I remember years ago, we used to always see it in like France and, you know, different parts of Europe. And, you know, we would see it everywhere else. And we'd be like, man, we need this to happen here. And it's finally happening. Okay, it says, then shalt thou will understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So it's manifest. It's made plain that we're in the end of Esau's kingdom. And it's not the end of the world in a oikumene sense. It's the end of the world in a eon sense. It's the end of an age. It's the end of Esau's world. Not the end of the earth. The earth, scripture say the earth abideth forever. And if the earth was going to be destroyed, then how would Yahushua kingdom be set up? He said it will be done on earth as it is in heaven. How would that be set up if the earth is destroyed? Okay, it's just the downfall of Esau. Okay, where Babylon the Great, aka America, will be wiped off the map. Will be the biggest desert on the planet. Okay. So yeah, man, Esau, he's done. He's done, man. And I took a picture with these two Edomite women, cause one of them, she said, nigga, cause like I said, they said more than we do, but she was singing the lyrics to a song, and she said, nigga, and I came out of nowhere. I looked at her, and when she realized I was there, she was like, I would never say that. But she was the one that told me how much she in love with Jake. And they took a selfie with me. And when they took a selfie with me, it was an Edomite in the background. He was looking mad. So all you Edomites can do is get mad, man. All right? That's all you can do. Because, you mad at Jake, but, hey, the government, they're against you, too. They look at us all as cattle. So, it's over, man. It's over. All right? Let me grab this in Psalms, and this will be the last one. This should be the last one. Lord willing, it's an edifying video. All right, this Psalms chapter 91, verse 8. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. And we're seeing with our eyes the reward of the wicked. They're being brought down. Who is the wicked? Esau, Edom, Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. They are the wicked, man. Okay. People can commit wickedness, but they are the wicked. And we're seeing the reward of the wicked. All right? And it's going to lead all the way up to, Lord willing, with the elect. We're going to look down from the fathership. Okay? And we're going to see this place on fire. We're going to see parts of what they call the Middle East on fire. Because the Lord, he's going to melt all that. Okay? So we're in beautiful times, man, and we seeing it in real time. It's over. It's over. And they do have guilt. They do have what they call, white guilt for what their forefathers did. But that's why you got people like J.D. Vance talking about you don't have to be sorry for being white anymore. And, you got these different talking points from these different Edomites because they don't want to, have to deal with the guilt. But you gonna pay, man. You gonna pay. All you doubles. All right? Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. Isaiah 14 and 21. We used to bring that out. Dang near every week on the highways and hedges. But we don't really have people come up like that no more. We don't really have Edomites come up. They already know what we on. It's not a thing where it's like, oh, what are y'all speaking? No, they know by now. Okay? But, Lord willing, this was an edifying video. With that, I'm going to say shalom.